Hello, we are at the UBC SLC 2016 Disrupt Ordinary. My name is Nika. I'm also an international relations agent.
My name is Nelly, and I'm international relations and political science.
And we represent the Mosaic Institute, which is a think tank, and we're here to talk to you about the UN SDGs today.
So an outline of what we're going to talk about today, we're going to go over who we are, what are the SDGs. So if you're coming to this workshop without really a deep knowledge of what these are, we're going to give you a history of international development in the United Nations and how we've gotten to where we are today. The United Nations gathered again and they said, well, what did we really achieve with these goals? How can we move forward? And they realized that an aspect that was missing is understanding how all of these goals fit into sustainability and how our planet can really be sustainable moving forward.
But in the context of this particular conference, we want to know what's different. In what way did the SDGs disrupt our ordinary conceptions of what international development is and what it can be? So, the good. The goals are universal.
So, as highlighted by Moeini and Nika, the Millennium Development Goals face some constraints when they're implemented on the ground. So before we take a further look at the Sustainable Development Goals and the potential that they have for success, let's take a closer look at the Millennium Development Goals and understand the failure of certain projects.
And got me up in the morning and kept me up at night. And this whole concept of the what. So he talks about, this is his circle, didn't talk about this, is the what is what you do. Everybody knows what they do. They're, again, like a lawyer, a business person, a doctor, a social worker. How you do it is really the specific skills and values and guidelines and principles that you bring to that job or or the what. And the why, very few people, more so now because this has been something that people are talking about online and in social media, and Simon's become one of the most seen TED Talks on the TED platform. And it's really about finding your why. What is your purpose in life? What gets you energized? And this is some of the things that I think are super important to young people like you.
Can you hear my call?
And yet, upon further reflection, when I consider the aggressive and disruptive leadership style that sometimes seems ubiquitous around the world, I wonder whether I might think about disruption as being something that exactly is what's called for. That's why I encourage all of you to use your intelligence and passion to engage in what I think of as leadership through compassionate disruption. As leaders on this campus, I expect nothing less than you will challenge and disrupt social norms that don't serve us.
Not really ready to begin to pursue this idea that you have. By the way, whether it's like starting your own organization, or it's doing a project, or it's working more entrepreneurially in your day-to-day life, or just taking a risk that you haven't taken before, there's always a reason. And as you see my organization on this lovely slide, weirdly enough, I have heard all of these things and they're opposites. So there's always going to be something. So there's always a million reasons not to, some big, some small, and some so personal that it takes a lot of effort to even utter them to yourself. But I wanted to close by reminding all of us, there's always another side to the story. There's always a side to each of our stories, to everybody's story of possibility and potential, of living and working and doing life entrepreneurially, and of doing something incredible, even when a lot of rational, good, well-intentioned people might not expect it of you or somebody else. There's always another way to respond to the problems that you want to fix in the world. This was mentioned too earlier, and I bet it has been a lot today. Even when there's a lot of well-intentioned voices that say, this is the path you should take, this is the thing you should build, this is what you need to do, this is how we solve problems like this. Don't be afraid to make your own path. Don't be afraid to cling to the insights that you might be the only one to see them right now. You might be the person who tomorrow sees something, observes something, thinks of something new and true that wasn't even true yesterday, but today is. It doesn't make you crazy to have those kinds of ideas. It makes you brave, it makes you visionary, and it can make the idea that you have incredibly disruptive in the best possible way. So, dig deep, build something unexpected, believe in and look for the possibilities, the opportunities that exist everywhere around us, sometimes in the ground beneath our feet, and insist, most importantly, on the potential of every single person that you encounter, and most importantly, in yourself. Thank you.